This is Sonic, and in this video I'm going to be building and blabbing about every LEGO Sonic the Hedgehog set ever made, from the cheapest Crabmeat to the most expensive Sonic courses. So stay tuned, because things are going to go fast. Anyways, LEGO. Now LEGO Sonic has been around for a couple years now, which means that they've already made a lot of new sets. And they just came out with some brand new ones, and I have to cop them, so we're heading to the LEGO store. And we're here. And they have this new Knuckles vs. Eggman mech, this cool Team Sonic command truck, which is freaking epic and even comes with a metal Sonic. So anyways, I left and got back home and looked at these two sets, then realized I was missing something. If you go on LEGO.com, there's a special VIP rewards section of this LEGO Crabmeat set, and it's really hard to get. Oh wait, there it is. Let's build this sucker. Yo, this guy's pretty crabby. He's got a green hill block that he's perched on, as well as these little crabby arms and these cartoony eyes. Definitely a 10 out of 10 for a free LEGO. Now, there are a whole bunch of other Sonic sets that we're going to be building by the end of this video, but I want to open this next one that I just bought at the LEGO store that was just released. And it's the Knuckles vs. Dr. Robotnik mech. It has about 350 pieces, but we gotta build again. Alright, so the first thing we get is a Knuckles minifigure, which isn't new, but he does come with this, like, knuckle glider, which is pretty cool. And you could fire at him using these giant rock launchers. But the real cool part is the mech. Oh, and did I mention it has Dr. Eggman? Yeah, he's pretty easy to build and pretty fun, because you just slide him in here, and it functions like most LEGO mechs, with legs and arms, and each arm has a cool feature. One has this cool drill feature that you could spin, and the other one has a cool feature that you could shoot. And I just think this guy looks sick and could totally grab our boy Knuckles. But of course, the next cool set to release was the Team Sonic command truck. It has 747 pieces, and it's like $70. And, you know, I still have to crack into this thing. Okay, it has about 7 bags, and 3 minifigs, none of which are new. Although, I still love the metal Sonic. In terms of features, this is one of the most jam-packed Sonic sets literally ever. You have the full front cockpit, which can detach, and you have an area for Sonic to sit. Then you also have the license plates, and you even have on the side door this giant gun with a bunch of jelly loaded into it that you could shoot off. Then you can open up this whole door and unveil a whole living quarters. You have an Xbox gaming setup, an area to play ping pong, and ping pong rackets. Then if you go downstairs, there's a whole functional kitchen with lemons, and there's a bed for Sonic and Tails. But my favorite feature by far has to be this. Yep, there's Tails. This reminds me of a lot of older LEGO van sets, and I think it's perfect in a lot of ways. But now I want to shrink down and start at the next set, the Kiki's Coconut Attack. Comes with this little Flicky figure, which is cute. He looks absolutely nothing like the in-game character. You could load the Flicky in his back, and he has coconuts you could throw at Sonic, but bro is just not it. The next set's a $6 Sonic keychain. Personally, I kind of like it attached to my suitcase to travel around with, but is it worth $6? Probably not. A little bigger at $10 is the Sonic brickheads, which has 139 pieces, and shocker, looks like Sonic. They also did one of these for Tails at $10, and this one also looks pretty solid. For $10 more, you get 2 brickheads in the Shadow and Knuckles brickhead set, and I like these both a bit better. They feel more, I don't know how to put it, alive. And if you notice, pretty much all these guys have different eye colors. For this next set, I actually had to make a trip all the way out to the LEGO store. And that's because they just released a brand new Sonic Campfire Clash. And this is the cheapest way to get a Sonic minifigure. So let's crack it open and build it. A couple things I noticed are that it came with a yellow Chaos Emerald and this flying GUN. Notice that spells gun. It also has the Beetle Robot drone and a Toki. I think that's how you pronounce that. Taki? Toki? I don't know. And after Sonic gets finished burning a marshmallow, he got into his spear launcher that came in the set and went to take out the ops.
Hey, hey, hey!
Now that was a great starter kit for Sonic fans, but this is a great one for Shadow fans. It's the $20 Shadow's Escape. Shadow's certainly one of the cooler Sonic minifigures, and this set is pretty cool on its own. It has this little build representing Dr. Eggman's head, and this lab that Shadow has to break out of. He also has this epic motorbike, which he can make repairs on and drive around, and he can even take out this awesome build of a Rhino Badneck. And I don't know about you, but I would not mess with a Rhino. But I would mess with that subscribe button, because most of you aren't subscribed. The next set actually came out almost 10 years ago, and it's the LEGO Dimension Sonic Play Pack, and this thing cost $30 back then. It came with the first ever Sonic minifigure, basically making him a senior citizen LEGO. There's also a build of the car from the racing game, and a build of Tails' plane, which ended up getting its own LEGO set 8 years later, which is pretty neat. You could also load these builds into the game and make for a pretty interactive experience, and put Sonic in a bunch of environments he probably never would be in otherwise. This next set is 9 years newer and the same price. It's the Cyclone vs. Metal Sonic, and it has not one, but 2 brand new minifigures. But I gotta assemble it. And as I was building it, I noticed a couple things. Like the fact that this build is actually multi-purpose. It's this really cool mech with a bunch of built-in features, but you could turn it into a flyer. The minifigures like Metal Sonic are great. He even has this cool feature where you can decapitate him, because there's a hole behind his head that you can attach the body to and make it look like he's in a flying position. It also kind of makes him look like a recovering smoker. There's also an exclusive Tails in this, which is awesome, especially when you can put him in the mech, turn it into a flyer, and send it off into the sky, and they can both fight. This next set is $35, and it's Knuckles' Guardian Mech. It of course came with the first ever LEGO Knuckles, who looks pretty happy to be there, as well as of course Rose. It's a really nice looking minifigure, with hearts on her toes and hearts on her chest. They obviously have to fight each other for the Master Emerald which comes in this set, and what's funnier about this whole set, no Knuckles Met actually exists in Sonic. I spent like an hour looking. It's not real. Rogue also comes with this flyer to, fly in and steal things, and you can even carry these characters into another set. That's gonna be around $40. And this is the Knuckles and the Master Emerald Shrine. Now the weird thing about this one is that you need the Knuckles mech in order to complete this one because it doesn't come with the Master Emerald. But then if you have both, you have 2 Knuckles. So you can make one into Uganda Knuckles and call it a day.
Do you know the way?
Anyway, this shrine is awesome. It has an Amy Rose minifigure, which is one of Sonic's best friends, and looks absolutely great. She can use this launcher to launch grapes at the Egg Robos. But not only that, Knuckles gets a punching bag and a new face. There's also a whole bed on the inside just for Knuckles to sleep with some Chaos Cola, and it honestly looks very comfortable. And then you could go up on top of the mountain and place the Master Emerald. The issue with this whole set though is the Emerald Shrine is supposed to be huge. So I took the liberty of taking this model and then making it into a giant mountain. Oh, that's awesome. The next set's also $35, and it's the Sonic Speed Sphere Challenge. I think it is a worse version of the Sonic Campfire Clash. It has some neat features like a little chill beach area where Sonic can chomp down on some glizzies, or even this DJ stand where he could bop out some beats. There's also a moto bug and some ramps, and of course it comes with another Sonic launcher you could use to knock over some rings. But there's only one minifigure in here. For $35, that's kinda dumb. There's a much better set that's $5 more, and it's Tails, Workshop, and Tornado Plane. It is 376 pieces and has this fun styled plane. The back of the plane has this logo which is supposed to represent tails, and each side of it is a different tail. That's so smart. And not only that, Sonic's actually able to stand on top of the plane because there's some studs for him so that way he could actually act like he does in the game. So Tails and Sonic got up in their plane, and now they gotta take on the Buzz Bomber. The plane crashed and Sonic's hurt, so Tails went and loaded Sonic into a bed, then began to work on fixing his plane. Oh, and also one of the Buzz Bombers had a flicky in it, and he wanted to bring it back to health, because they don't deserve to be powering all these things. Tails is such a great guy. I'd also be his best friend. While Sonic heals up, we're gonna take a look at this next one, which is probably the single best looking LEGO Sonic set ever made, and it's Super Shadow versus the Bio Lizard. It's only $45, comes with 2 new minifigures, and this freaking awesome orange lizard. And we've technically gotten Super Sonic in a more expensive set, but this is the cheapest one to get him in. And the way these characters turn super is by having all of the Chaos Emeralds surround them, to power them up and make them look this epic. And it's the same deal for Shadow. And in this one, they printed on a bunch of highlights to him, and he looks absolutely great. But this lizard is freaking awesome. As a Florida man who likes lizards, this thing has to be one of the coolest lizards I've ever seen. And since in Florida there are a lot of orange and lime green lizards, I want to do a live lizard reaction. There's also an energy pod attached to him with shooters, and on the underside of it there's another Chaos Emerald attached. This is like so cool! Wouldn't you want this guy just living in your house? Maybe not. The next set's $50, and it's Amy's Animal Rescue Island. It comes with another Amy Rose minifigure, as well as Tails. And since Amy Rose is such a nice person, she likes to take all the flickies that Dr. Robotnik hurts and give them a home. They have little rides like a merry-go-round and even a slide that Florida Man uses occasionally. And there's even a drink station for her to make nice cocktails. Wait, is that another Badnik? Oh no, it's Crabmeat. It's okay, because he's on this bridge, and when you pull this pin, it knocks him down. You could also press down on this pink tile and reveal another Master Emerald. Or if you want to go under the drink shack, there's an area for all the flickies to sleep. Now, since this is on an island, you obviously have to get there by boat. And you'll never guess whose boat it is. That's right, it's Tails. There's a little dance floor on top of it for Sonic and Tails to bop out. And then the captain's area on the bottom also has this game board based on a real-life Sonic game. And there's a launcher for Tails to go after the ops. There's also a little side island for Sonic to munch down on a glizzy, collect some rings, and chill. Or, you know, Florida Man could chill here. But my favorite thing to do here is let Sonic go parasailing. So I armored him up, and he's off to the races. Oh wait, is that Jaws? He's trying to eat Sonic as he's parasailing. Now this next set is the cheapest one you can get, Dr. Eggman, and it's the Sonic vs. Eggman Death Egg Robot. The Eggman minifigure is great. He comes with these little Technic arms you could clip in and some really tall legs. He also has the small workstation, and probably the second most epic build in LEGO Sonic, the Death Egg Robot. It has these spinning spears, posable legs, and stud shooters. And you can move the arms any way you want. And you can of course load Eggman into it, and the build basically matches his face, which is so cool. And you can even take off his backpack and see where the flickies are located that are powering the mech. This next set is $70, and it's Shadow's head. Why they decided to do this out of literally any other Sonic character, I don't know. It's also only for adults, which is kind of lame. You know what? Get this out of here. Next set is $80, and it's Super Sonic versus the Egg Drillster. There's a new Shadow minifigure in it, and of course, Yellow Sonic. Some of the cool things about this build are the side builds. Like the Egg Pawn, which we hadn't seen before. He looks like a little happy guy. There's also this gun wing, and of course this giant wall that you could just run right through. There's also Shadow's desk where he works at, and where another Chaos Emerald is located. There's a bunch of other things on his shelf and on his desk, but of course the main build of this is the Drillster. It looks like that drill from The Incredibles, honestly. And what's cool about it is you can actually detach this flyer from the Drillster. So if, you know, it gets destroyed, Dr. Eggman can just take off. And apparently he fires eggs at him. Who told him that was a good idea? But he can basically do the same thing in Sonic's Green Hill Zone Loop Challenge. This was the second ever Sonic minifigure and really launched the theme, and it comes with a Motobug, Crabmeat, and of course, Dr. Eggman. His little egg pod is actually kind of cute, and the builds are great. You can run Sonic across to collect a bunch of the rings, there's also this checkpoint which is great, and of course the loop. Then if he gets further ahead, he can get to the bounce pad and jump up to get some more rings. Then he has to take on Eggman. And this last set is the only $100 LEGO Sonic the Hedgehog set. It's Sonic's Green Hill Zone Loop Challenge. It comes with Winking Sonic, Dr. Eggman, Amy, Chopper, and Newton. And it has a whole bunch of different sections. Like one of the only full loop-de-loop rings that isn't in the 18+ set, and that launches directly into this gold ring. There's also the brown bridge and Newton's tree, which will lead you to Dr. Eggman's mech. And you can actually take off from it and fly. And I want to make it so that way Sonic can actually go through the whole course. So, I'm gonna try it.
What's he doing here? Well, never mind. This time I'll get him good. Hey, Eggman!
Oh, Sonic the Hedgehog.
Hey, hey, hey!
Farewell.
I'm here to save my hero, Sonic.
Hey there, Bolt Brain!
No.
That's sick, and that's every LEGO Sonic set ever made. If you want to see me unbox all these, watch here, or if you want to see the main story video on it, watch here, you'll love it. Either way, with all that said, God bless, and stay awesome.